Good evening. My full name is Aidan Dunbar, and I'm currently and hopefully weeks away from graduating my degree in Business Administration at Curtin University. My response today outlines my 3-year time enrolled at university and my hopes and challenges that await me as I build onto an already existing job in the real estate industry. As I've moved forward with my studies and my profession, the need for reskilling and self-acknowledgement has become a lot more clear to me. Understanding my need for career and financial literacy, as well as acknowledging changing values in the workplace surrounding things like cultural and ethical literacy. Acknowledging my time in this unit as well and my sparsely decorated career at Curtin has allowed me to explore new areas of interest and studies based off of my thoughts on the course. Atop this, a reflection upon my degree and major stray from my previously intended work choice has opened a large door for further reflection and excitement in staying extroverted with my career path. While I had initially missed the first chance to rediscover my employability self-assessment tool, a previous unit from almost 2 years ago had set the standard for me to compare myself with as an older person today. Utilising this large time span allowed me to focus and understand my strengths in developing as a worker and a person in things like my career literacy and learning literacy. This has involved a lot of self-awareness and reflection, and is something that I saw I had major growth in the large span of time between the tests. 2 years ago, in 2023, my self-awareness surrounding my career was at a stint, marginally seen. With new paths ahead of me and stable work in a promising industry now though, I've raised that level to a much higher standard and up to one that hopefully encourages me to further pursue exciting career choices that follow it. While this and many other notable areas have improved, my emotional literacy slightly hindered. As a still growing, I would say young, person, it's feasible that I am still emotionally uncertain sometimes. While it still might never matter, these younger years where you seem to focus on figuring everything out all at once can portray a future full of difficulty and stress. Utilising these tools, while interesting and effective in understanding my attributes, didn't necessarily give me guidance on enhancing my employability. However, implementing these changes subconsciously to these features that I apply in my everyday and working life through simple acknowledgement even amplifies their presence and allowed me to focus myself towards building them up. So touching back on, while the unit has marked an end to my studies and I dread the day that I would have to re-enroll at a university, it provided a fun and engaging approach towards breaking down industry stereotypes and also focusing on arising issues that both employers and employees are facing in the workplace. Through the many group activities, new areas of thoughts that I didn't necessarily link to business before arose, and it challenged pre-existing thoughts I had surrounding them. Specifically, the activity of assuming faces in the court case, plus a reveal at the end that they were all nominated Australians, was a solid insight into assumptions. In the course, I didn't necessarily make any new friends in these activities as I was already enrolled with a friend of mine, Ali. However, while the relationships in my class haven't passed the classroom, I did enjoy making new relationships with many people in the class, specifically Ryan, who was similar to me in many manners. The group work involving raw spaghetti towers was also a humorous outlook into teamwork and showcased other groups, not mine though, ability to create and focus their abilities into different areas of a project. So summarising this unit as well as my entire university experience has allowed me to look back and realise that I'm curious into whether the degree of choice was the right decision for me. While I'm not employed in an industry of stereotypical business nature following this degree, I feel as though many of my learnings in the unit and course can be relevant in the landscape. Atop this, I almost feel as though entering a new sector with a fresh mind and outlook can be refreshing for knowledge. While I'm only just beginning full-time, I do believe that these new learning processes, with no prejudice or opinion prior, allows me to be open to new learning experiences in the industry and have a new outlook. My time management throughout university, personally, was poor. I was a large procrastinator, but was always submitting work on time regardless. I find myself as someone who works well under pressure, and while I do see that as a strength, I also acknowledge that I need to make it a goal of mine to further the other aspect of applying myself in this area. I don't see myself doing any further study following university. However, I am required to do a certificate for my degree in real estate, which will be a 6 to 8 week course, and something that I need to focus myself on applying on, especially because it's relevant to my career. And so following this course and getting my certification, this is where I look to further start my career plan. So as I look to obtain this certification to be the front runner of my own portfolio in a property management scheme at Rain and Horn Commercial, the steps that follow this are uncertain to me at the moment. So what's important to me at the start is putting my foot into the door of an industry that's built entirely off the basis of networking, and that certainly doesn't displace me as someone who's going to struggle in the future for opportunities. As time goes though, I'll definitely be looking to focus my time in different positions as well, with a hopeful chance to get something going with music and production. While it is a fun side hustle at the moment, it doesn't feel realistic as a future, but it also offers a really sweet opportunity if it can continue arising. I've already begun becoming more familiar with the industry I work in, previously attending a corporate open event at the Cottesloe Golf Club, which is a private golf club. Matthew Pavlich and Adam Simpson had some kind words and were also in attendance. And there was businesses from every industry involved in the event. It's opportunities like these that I look to get myself involved in to keep in touch with news and also try and build reputable relationships with people that I can trust, look up to, and also gain valuable advice and wisdom and knowledge off in the business industry. While career paths, employability skills, and all of those things may seem confusing and stressful now, I would tell my future self to turn around and assess where he has come from, and mostly to acknowledge himself more if he isn't already doing it yet. I hope this older version of me would also feel a bit more balanced in their decisions and that they have a real love for whatever career path that they are following. While I can picture it in my head, a certain unit at university taught me about the basis of assumptions. I'd like to also hope that this future version of me continues staying open until otherwise, meaning that they're always encapsulating different people through teamwork and that they're also remembering the hard work they put in to achieve their position now. While the knowledge gained is never off the top information, the ability to transfer it subconsciously to the workplace is an effect that will never be rid, and I hope my future self can understand that and look to apply some of these skills that were learned in university, in my current jobs, and other places, even if he doesn't know it. In 5 years' time, I hope he looks to invest in something as well, whether that be monetary or for his own intrinsic value, like music. Looking forward to the foreseeable future, I hope to continue the path that I'm on, which is one that is open to change and exploring new challenges and paths in my career. Through deep analysis of myself throughout my degree and jobs, I've learned to understand my weaknesses and strengths as I look to increase my employability and self-development skills. It's with these key hopes that I can fixate my mind on the goal of bettering myself and becoming more coherent and literate with my ethical and emotional background. On top of this, I also look to explore new career paths if they arise and focus solely on the industry I work in currently. Thank you so much for listening.